are you ready? We're gonna talk about caseloads. I'm gonna share my numbers of exactly how many people I have on my caseload and how I manage it all without burning out. Generally speaking, the caseload numbers are going to vary depending on your role, the type of social worker that you are. I did a little poll over on Instagram at Social Work Scrapbook. If you're not there already following, then you're really missing out. Make sure you get there because those are our people. So the survey results turned out a little something like this. This is all over the place. And a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. Now, in school social work, it's very, very different. Personally, my caseload is about 185. And it fluctuates a little bit because the school that I work at takes and enrolls and withdraws students just based on what's going on at the moment. So you may have keyed in on the fact that every student enrolled at my campus is on my caseload. Now, there is another social worker that works at the same campus as me, not employed through the district. They are an agency that contracts in called Communities and Schools, and they are awesome. So this allows me to break down my caseload a little bit. My number one tip to managing a caseload and not burning out is to delegate. Delegate away what you can. Like I mentioned, I have a social worker that works alongside me through Communities and Schools. We often go through a list. If a student is on her caseload, I know that I won't take them completely off of my caseload, but I know that I can trust her to take on that case, and then I can provide resources as needed. Setting boundaries is also very, very important. You need to learn how to set boundaries with your colleagues, with the other people and parents around you, even with students themselves. Sometimes people will try to push your boundaries. I have a little short story based on this one. When I worked at a middle school, I would work with the middle schooler through 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And by the time they got to 9th, the parent wanted to continue to call me to respond to crisis and whatever was happening. Some families need some extra help transitioning, learning who to trust. Continue to set that boundary. Don't do the caseload work of another social worker. It's inappropriate and it's unprofessional. I know you feel like you need to be everywhere at one place, and gosh, you don't know how many times I've thought, oh, if I could just clone myself, I could be here and there and over here. We're not superhuman, y'all. We need to be sure we set our boundaries so that our worth is seen by administrators. And people talk. They tell upper administration and central office that they need their social worker. So setting boundaries with your administrators are also very important so that you are showing them exactly what you do. We need to advocate for more social work jobs, and we start that by setting our boundaries and not trying to chew off more than we can. This next tip is very applicable because the link is down below. You can go and download my caseload tracker. I mentioned having to be here, there, and everywhere for teen parents and for my high school students, and juggling 2 different types of caseloads like that at different campuses gets very tricky very fast. So I developed a caseload tracker. It is completely electronic and you can edit it on your own and fill in what you need, and it populates. I'm going to show you how it looks right here and explain it a little bit to you. The description box is going to have the link to it. It's currently on Teachers Pay Teachers, so that's where you can download it and access it and use it for yourself. I've used this for about 3 years, and it's really helped me to stay organized. It's helped me to know where I left off with the different students and different families, and when I need to see different students, and what time is the best time to see students depending on their schedules and electives and things like that. So it's a very helpful tool. I recommend that you download it today. 2 more tips that I want to give you. One is to start doing some trainings. Push yourself a little bit. I'm going to do this more in the year 2020. I'm going to do some more trainings with my teachers and with my parents, but mainly my teachers. I want to be sure that I'm training them on things like classroom behaviors, how to deal with depression, how to notice the signs of depression, the signs of anxiety, when to refer. Teaching these types of workshops to teachers and faculty is going to help them to be a little more secure in their own capacity to handle behaviors, and it also lessens the amount of referrals that you get for the little tiny things. This way you're able to work on the referrals that really need a person like you to respond to it. And my last piece of advice is to get an intern, bachelor's level, MSW, first placement, second placement. Take them all. Take as many as you can. There are students out there that are wanting to practice all of these skills. There is some work in this. There is a few more meetings that you have to have, some supervision that you have to have with your intern, but it's so worth it. There's also so much information to learn from MSW and BSW interns because they're getting literally like hot off the press research information from their schools. So take advantage of interns. That sounds kind of bad. If this video was helpful in any way, please be sure you share it, you like it, and you subscribe to this channel. I hope that these tips, strategies, and the tangible caseload tracker, don't forget about that. That's in the description box down below. Make sure you get your hands on that. I also want to send a shout out to the maker of this wonderful shirt, #Dreamer shirt. This is available at SoJust6. You can find them online at sojust6.com and on Instagram, which is where me and Steven met. He is a prior school social worker and a current professor in the School of Social Work. That's all for me for today. Until next time, I'm wishing you social work success. Bye-bye.